Something dangerous could be on receipts you and your family handle every day. The new crackdown on what some call a dangerous chemical and how to keep it out of your hands. Tonight, 9 investigates toxic receipts. A California-based nonprofit is taking action against dozens of major retailers now, saying the paper receipts that they hand to customers every day have high levels of toxic chemicals.
Greg, 9 Investigates first showed you this problem back in 2023 when we tested hundreds of receipts from Central Florida and across the country. Investigative reporter Ashlyn Webb shows us how a nonprofit is hoping to lead to change across the country.
Thank you. It's the last thing you usually handle when buying something, a receipt. Most are printed using thermal paper, but this paper uses heat, not ink, to print. And for the print to show, it typically requires a chemical developing agent. For years, the main chemical companies used was BPA, but many companies are now using a related chemical, bisphenol S, or BPS.
It's removing one toxic chemical and then replacing it with another regrettable substitution, right? It's like a toxic shell game of whack-a-mole.
Kizzy Charles Guzman is the CEO of the Center for Environmental Health. The nonprofit sent out violation warnings to 50 major retailers this year, including Walmart, McDonald's, Dollar General, the Cheesecake Factory, Gap, and Victoria's Secret. The center saying they found BPS on their receipts exceeding California's limit on the chemical. In 2023, California added BPS to the list of chemicals the state places limits on, saying it causes reproductive toxicity.
BPS, just like BPA, is a hormone disrupting chemical. It mimics estrogen, so it disrupts the normal functioning of the human body. It disrupts your metabolism, your growth and development, and reproduction.
Research from several studies show if you hold a receipt containing BPS for just 10 seconds, it can absorb into your skin and your bloodstream. In 2023, our Cox Media Group partners collected more than 240 receipts from more than 150 businesses across 8 states, sending them here to the Ecology Center in Ann Arbor, Michigan to be tested. 80% came back positive for BPS. Later that year, California restricted BPS, but gave companies a grace period up until December 2024 to either replace BPS with another product or place a label on receipts that look like this. But Charles Guzman says the 50 major retailers the center put on notice did neither. The center is now threatening a citizen enforcement lawsuit if the companies don't pay a civil penalty and provide clear and reasonable warnings of BPS.
Our goal is not for them to slap a label on it. I don't care about the label. We want them to remove the chemical from the supply chain.
She says the hope is that the center's action against the companies in California will create a domino effect, pushing retailers to change the products they use for receipts nationwide.
Very few times a company wants to sell a product only in the boundaries of the state of California and a different product in Texas and a different product in New York, right? So it's two-pronged.
She says there's other products these companies can use. However, the receipts would be less bright.
I would take a less bright receipt in exchange for not getting this nasty chemical in my bloodstream that then affects my health and that I can pass on to my kids.
Now, we reached to all those companies that we mentioned in the story, and we have not heard back, but the center says they are in contact with most of those companies, and they are working towards a final resolution in this case.
A lot of people need the receipts. They keep them. They make sure their credit card was charged correctly, maybe for business. So what should we do when we're handed a receipt?
Well, the best advice and something that I've started doing is always email or text the receipt to yourself if you have that option instead of getting it an actual paper receipt. The other thing that I learned in this process, too, is that if you have hand sanitizer on your hands, it actually absorbs into your skin a little bit more, according to several studies that are out there. So a good thing to know next time you're handling receipts, if you have hand sanitizer, it could get into your system even faster.
All right, that is interesting and just something else to look out for. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend.
You too.